I've bumped it up to a high enough amount that should work. Actually, let's bump it up a little bit further.
Good.
There, now try it. Alright, you guys say something?
Oh, there it goes.
Alright, there we are. We should now be loud enough. Alright, hello everyone. Make sure if we are not loud enough, loud enough to let us know, but we have actually decided to do another live stream this Thursday, and this time we are actually having a look at Damnation Crusade.
The Damnation Crusade. Of my favorite chapter of the Star Cheese.
Yep.
The Black Templars.
So
The Black Stuff, the Templars.
Easy, Xerius. Down, boy.
You know how
Asmogan's favorite chapter.
So you know how last week the comic we had to look at wasn't that good. We decided to change it up by looking at a comic that is actually worth your time and is actually worth reading. So
that is actually good.
Yep. So let's go ahead and get started on it, shall we?
Mm-hmm.
And I hope everyone is enjoying the stream. All right, so we'll go through it, and you guys both have the links, right?
Yep. I pulled it up on...
I have it right here.
All right.
Have it right here.
So I'm going to skip ahead to the... Wait. Yeah, I'll skip ahead to page 3. There we go.
Yes, the official page. I am Xia.
All right, so who wants to get started?
The Space Marine that from what I'm reading sounds like he's having a hiccup fit.
All right, so who wants to start off the reading?
I'll start off.
Right.
My name is Gerhardt. I was about to actually do the spitting motion, but I think I might actually accidentally spit. I am of the Sword Brethren of Marshal Cornelius. I can't read that. Holy crap.
Cornelius's.
That is the weirdest way to spell that. That is the weirdest way. Marshal Cornelius's fighting company. Now tell me.
And you're going to be seeing a lot of that beautiful red.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So apparently we had a small connection issue, but we are back up, I think.
Oh my.
I don't know what's going on, but OBS does not seem to be wanting to cooperate.
Do you have a VPN on?
Actually, I have an idea. I need to turn off my Steam downloads. Maybe that'll fix it.
Maybe.
Oh yeah. Ooh. I actually have Steam downloads on as well. Let me go do...
Oh, you're also using normal OBS. Okay.
All right, there we are. Now, let's get to the next page.
All right.
So, Xerius, I believe you wanted to voice a particular character, correct?
What, did we lose Xerius?
Did we?
He muted himself.
There we go.
Okay.
Just turned off Steam downloads real quick as well.
Yep.
Y'all had Steam downloads going?
Yeah, there was a big update for
we're
Vermintide 2.
And I know there's a big update for it, but I set it for later.
Yeah, fair enough. Anyway, so Xerius, you wanted to do a particular character, I believe?
Oh yes. My favorite character in this whole comic, by the way. In fact, this is probably one of my favorite scenes, so let's begin. Who wants to do the Tech Marine's voice?
I can, if Ace doesn't want to.
Yeah, Asmogan, you can go ahead and give it a shot.
Alright, so we're just going to skip past the clonking, or are we going to do that?
I think we can skip past it.
Alright.
I was going to try and make sound effects with metal and stuff, but none of it actually...
I think it might sound kind of annoying.
Yeah.
So we'll just,
a little bit.
Brother Tancred, can you hear me?
Tancred sleeps.
I know. Forgive me, but you can sleep no more. Brother Tancred. Beloved Brother Tancred, can you hear me?
Tancred can hear your bloody racket. Your bloody racket has woken Tancred up.
I know, but I have to open the casing and activate your motive power plant.
It is a bloody racket.
I know.
It has woken Tancred up.
I know.
Tancred was asleep. Tancred likes sleep. Tancred wishes to remain asleep. So Tancred will say good night.
Brother Tancred? Brother! Damn it, he's not responding. Increase the flow and introduce an adrenaline boost.
As you command, master.
You wake Tancred with pain. Tancred will kill you most likely.
Tancred, sweet and worthy brother, Tancred, you wouldn't hurt your old friend Arnulf. Now would you?
Only if he insists in bothering Tancred so. Go away.
Oh, he's going to be troubled today. The machine spirit slumbers deeply in our brother Tancred. Begin the litany and add another adrenaline boost.
As you command, master.
Battle... Oh, go ahead.
Alright, so Battle Barge Leveler. Sepulture level. I'm sorry, sorry. The eve of the Kazaroth offensive. Okay.
I just want to say I love this scene because it's one, Dreadnought, two, it shows pretty much what the Dreadnought sees or something like that, you know, steam and then, you know, calm steam and then slowly rolling and then suddenly pain and anger as it slowly lifted up. Oh, the scene is just beautiful.
It's gorgeous.
And the artwork is just, it's beautiful.
All right, so just to confirm what I'm reading here, next batch begin. Is that coming from these barbarians or is that coming from a Templar?
Templars, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I actually don't know. It's a bit confusing.
Huh. We'll assume Templars.
Yeah.
I'm assuming they're leading
Very
whatever's
soon.
going on here. So who wants to do that one? I don't know if that's going to be a regular voice.
Well,
We'll assume it isn't a regular voice.
All right. Next batch begin.
All right.
I'll just say this, guys. Gods of war and ancestors, bless me now. This is about to sound like a really bad gay porn in a minute. So, I just saw the next page, and I'm like, if you close your eyes, whatever we're about to do is going to sound so bad.
You didn't have to go there. You didn't.
No, but someone was going to say it in the chat. Dare me. They were
you're
going to
not
say it.
wrong, but you didn't have to say it.
I beat the chat to it. Preemptive strike. Noof. Want me to do all of them? I don't know. Just get one person to do all of the sounds.
I mean, we could
I have
take
no
turns
idea.
or something, but
Hey Ace, you want to do them?
sure. I'll do a few.
Manly battle noises.
Ah! Ugh! Mm! Ugh! Ugh! How's that?
That works. That one shows some
That's
marriage.
Space Marines.
Oh, that is Space
that-
Marines?
that-
Okay, I wasn't
Yep.
sure
Black
who's
Templars,
talking there.
yes.
Alright, Xerius, you want to take, or I guess that's orange or gold. And Ace, do you want to take the teal color? Since you
Sure.
haven't as much to
Green.
say so far?
Yeah.
I'll just listen.
Okay, so I'll go for bronze. Ace can go for green.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty.
That one shows some merit.
Yes, I thought so too. Subject 88. Good stock. From the North Country. Drumkill clan.
He's got a good hand, knows his weapons, makes them extension of his own limbs. You can't teach that.
Indeed not. I thought you'd like him. The best of the potentials, in my opinion.
What was his name?
Subject 88.
No, his name, his actual name. He must have a name.
Give me a moment. It's listed here on my data slate. Ah yes, here we are. His name was Ratclaw.
What an edgy sounding name.
Rayclaw or Rayclaw. I guess I'll do this guy. Do it. Finish me, Clankin. Make it quick.
I can't, Draco. We are blood, you and I.
Please, Rayclaw.
Why does he hesitate? I want to see a clean finish.
These men are his clanfolk. It is a matter of familiar honor.
Kinfolk.
Kinfolk, sorry. Oh, Draco, don't make me... Oh, Draco, don't ask me this. Our mothers are Our blood is shared in this criminal... In this...
In the Drum Kill
Clan, sorry.
Is it hard to read?
Yeah, that one, for whatever reason, is a little bit.
So he has an honor code. Loyalty to his own. That's good. We can use that.
Don't you get it, Rayclaw? Whatever happens, none of us are ever going back to the clan.
No!
Ugh.
He displays qualities I was not expecting from these barbarians.
He has qualities. I'll grant you that.
Rayclaw, what do we do now? Do we keep killing? We'll drown ourselves in blood.
No,
Arnold
Sald.
Schwarzenegger. Hello.
You caught what I was trying to...
Yeah, I saw that. No, Sardolk. We've been their sport long enough.
Oh? What's this now?
That's it. That's enough. We won't fight for you anymore.
Defiance. I like him more and more. But I would like to see him pushed. I mean, really tested. No mercy strikes.
I thought you might. That's why I imported the Carnodon.
A Carnodon? Brother Ontmund, he's no good me. He's no good to me dead.
Just watch.
Oh. Run! Run! I do gotta point out, like, how
you missed
good
a line
this
there
run-
in the previous page.
Oh, whoops.
Rayclaw?
I
Yeah.
totally didn't see that. Rayclaw!
Alright.
Yeah, but that next page, geez, that art is really good.
Yes, it is.
It's like a tiger lion hybrid.
Like a liger.
That is so metal as hell.
I like
that whole page. That whole page can be something from like a 90s metal album.
It is very well done.
I agree. Alright.
Oh, and this following page is just beauty.
I agree. So I guess I'll do more of the voices. Ugh! Ay! Ah!
They're having a bad day.
He got torn in half. He got his head munched.
Delicious.
This is more like it. A genuine threat. I wonder what this Rayclaw will do.
Ugh! Come on then. Rah!
Right through the gullet.
Well, I doubt I could have done that better. He's good. You were right to earmark him.
Show yourselves, you bastards! Show yourselves! You want to fight so much? Come down here and face me!
Bright light.
Oh, am I taking that voice?
Yeah.
Reclaw of
Ye
Drumkill
Templar.
clan. You have been studied and examined. You have been selected.
Selected? For what?
For the chapter.
What chapter?
The chapter of Eternal Crusade. The chapter of Dawn.
That means nothing to me. Explain yourself. Show yourself. Or come fight me and get this done.
We are a brotherhood of warriors, Rayclaw. We would have you join our fraternity.
Yeah? I'm a warrior of this clan's. This is my place. You talk funny.
Our fraternity exists beyond your world. It lies out in the stars.
Out in the stars. That's just a hearth story. What kind of warriors are you that hide behind shadows and lies?
This kind.
The Space Marines.
That is a pretty damn good reveal.
Yep. Oh my gods.
Your gods have got nothing to do with it. I am Brother Brunner. I am a Space Marine of the Black Templars chapter. You will obey me from now on. Any questions?
You see, that could also be something on a metal album.
I agree.
Damn, that's beautiful.
It really is.
Fallen Crusade. I can imagine an album called that. Fallen Crusade!
Someone needs to call up Sabaton.
You see how much fun we're having already compared to the previous comics?
Yeah, it's a very different tone.
I agree.
Which is kind of
correct.
ironic, because this comic is drawn darker, it's much more monotone in colors, and it's more like imposing, while the contrast of our emotions is more positive, happy, and actually excited to continue reading. With the Marnius Calgar comic, the color saturation was much higher, the vibrancy of the colors and the color palette was wider, and generally speaking, it visually was a more light-toned comic, as opposed to our emotions to it, which was negative, monotone, and down on our just down in emotions.
I mean, I think part of the problem was the first issue, nothing really happened in the first issue, except for things that made you want to pull your teeth out, and then the second issue had that, but worse.
You want you to blow your brains out.
Yeah.
Ain't that the truth?
Alright, so, yes, I have a damn question. What wars must there be in the creation that require warriors like you?
Good question. Wars like you wouldn't believe.
I'll take this one. Killhaven, 13 years before the Sanguine Liberation.
Fighting company, stand ready!
What the hell is that word?
Fogbound.
Yeah,
Fogbound.
Yeah, fogbound like we're wrapped in furs muffled. My voice is the only sound.
Stand ready.
A tremor first, a slight quiver of the ground.
Bolters!
Actually, it kind of works, both of you doing that, because I could picture multiple Templars saying that at once. So that kind of worked.
Bolters
Yep.
Brothers.
Then every Auspex scanner in the company flashes out a proximity alert via helm feed. We hear them at last, out in the fog, metal grinding on wet rock. Steel sparking on stone, louder and louder.
Ready?
Ready. Ready.
Metal on rock scraping towards us. The smog unveils them like a secret. The Necrons.
The Necrons.
This is like metal as fuck right here.
Oh,
That's
yes.
another
Oh,
metal
I
album.
love, I love this page so much. That is beautiful. That's how I picture
gorgeous.
Necrons. They look so damn intimidating here, and that Terminator inspiration is on
yes.
display. That is beautiful.
Oh yes. Oh, it is gorgeous, and of course the oh crap, what happened? Okay,
No.
never mind. And of course the green glowing. It's almost intimidating.
And it sticks
In a
out a
way.
lot more because of all the other like monotone, toned back colors. That green light really pierces through.
Oh yeah.
All right. Next page.
Then there is noise. Succubay gates. I have no idea if I said that right. 8 years into the Landred pacification.
What now?
You must wake, beloved brother.
Go away. Tancred wants to sleep and keep sleeping.
Hoist him. Hello, old friend.
Why did you wake me?
It's time for war.
It's always time for war.
Oh, look at that. Now that is beauty incarnate.
Mm-hmm. That is it. I love that. Like, the thing is, the heavenly light there too. It, like, really emphasizes like the position of like a dreadnought in battle and its significance.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
See, the visual choices in this comic are also they're both stylized, but they're very carefully chosen as opposed to the Marnius comic. Like the Marnius comic, the visuals never felt like they had major significance. It felt like they were actually trying to just do like a what do you call it? Like they were trying to do a frame by frame, just establishing shots of like of a concept flash for like a show or a movie or a cartoon. Like that's what it felt like. They were just like stills in something they were planning to make into like an animation. Whereas opposed to this, each page feels like it's carefully like the visuals are carefully chosen to infer like the what's going on, the mood, the tone. Everything feels like it's more cohesive here and like it's meant to be a comic. Whereas the Marnius comic one... Oh, go ahead.
It feels like someone actually gave a crap.
Significantly,
like actually effort.
There's a lot of passion on the page here. Like the writing and everything is very, the tone, everything is. The writing is also a lot. They're not like blatantly saying anything. They're not just like having these massive conversations for no good reason. The way they're setting up the story here, both through the visuals and through the writing, is much better.
And they actually show the fighting.
I know, it's a miracle.
That's true. Yep.
War in a Warhammer comic. Finally.
It's like a no-brainer almost.
Miracles sometimes do happen.
All right.
So next
There
page.
is.
Yep.
There is only war.
That's Tancred.
Yeah, I believe that is. Yep, that is. There is only
There
war.
is only war.
Ooh, we're back to Killhaven.
4. Unusually high number of recruits for such a single sweep. But then this world always did breed them, though. Tough. Come on. Then you step forward. It's time to go. As your slaves? No, not shackled. If you come with us, you come freely and by choice. To where? To the end of the world. Ah! Great gods, the end of your world. And the beginning of all others.
To be continued.
Another great shot here, by the way.
I know. Like that's the thing. It's almost each page, especially ones with like a big single image shot like this, and all just the first issue, all have such careful artwork displayed on them and such detailed works as well. And every part of it you can tell is stylized for this story and is meant to add to the tone, add to the cohesion of the story, and to the overall visuals. None of it feels forced, and none of it feels like it's out of place. In the Marty's Calgar one, a lot of the visuals to me just didn't feel like they were trying to, like, the visuals felt like they were just trying to give you the bare bones basic to what the writing was saying. Like it didn't look like they were going out of their way to really in and of themselves imply or infer or add to the cohesion of the story and to really sell to us. Like the closest the comic got to it was when Marnius Calgar died. Yeah. Like that sequence, and that was it. And even then, they didn't do that much with it. There's the blood pooling into the little lake there. That was it. Like that's the most I ever got that the visuals were really trying to sell the tone properly.
That and maybe the very beginning of issue 1 when they explain how bolters work.
Yeah, even then.
But yeah, huh?
Yeah, but that was like what, 2 pages, and that's it.
Agreed. Yeah, I think a large part of the problem with the Marnius Calgar is the comic almost feels like it's trying to just get itself over with as quickly as possible by just breezing through.
It does feel like that.
By just breezing through the things that probably should have actually had you interested, like the battles, the
training process.
Like
everything is just like, move along.
Scenes that have any actual amount of interest in them, like the amble that they just skimmed over how they got away from the thing in the first place.
Yeah, they just ran away from it. Wow, so interesting.
One of them got injured, and they explained to us in text how and why. It's almost like they didn't plan for this to be written in a visual medium like a fucking comic.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you fool, you got injured. Oh, you're so lucky. If Marnius hadn't saved you. It's like, why are you telling all of this?
Exactly. Why? This is a bad case of show don't tell.
And it's a visual medium. It's a comic. It's more reliant on visuals than it is text. So the fact that they dared to do it's like they were disgraced or embarrassed at the idea. It seems like they were embarrassed at the very concept of showing what was happening and really giving us the story. It's just like, oh, let's get to the next thing. They don't need to see this. They don't need to know how that went down. They don't need to watch this. They don't need to. What was it? Were the artists on a budget?
I have to.
They sure weren't on a budget when the kids were talking about privilege.
Who knows? Maybe it's a case of the text being cheaper than the ink for actual artwork.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah.
All right. So I'll go ahead and skip ahead to issue number 2 here because a lot of advertisements here.
And these comics at the very end, they also have these little collections called Warhammer Glossary, which basically goes over the information of a few things.
Guys, do either of you have a link to it? Because here we go. Actually, so I'll go ahead and skip ahead to issue number 2 here because, hey, are you guys able to hear me for some reason?
I can hear you.
Here we are. Oh yeah, apparently the live stream was running on my thing here. Sorry.
What?
I'm confused.
Yeah, that's okay. I fixed it. All right, so we're on issue 2 now, I think.
Yeah. What happened? Things happening. Oh no, what's happening?
Why is everyone else having technical issues?
All right. Well, ready when you guys.
All right, I'm ready to go.
All right. Page 3 again.
Page 3. I did the narration last time, so.
The sleeper has awoken. The carrion call sounded. This time has come to rouse for wrath and ruin. Where there is chaos, fire, and war, there shall Tancred be.
Ah, the beauty of watching Tau get blown up.
In the Emperor's name.
There we are. The Kazaroth Offensive.
Ooh, that's a good one.
I can not see what he's saying in that little bubble.
Yeah, he says, "Who dares?"
Who dares?
Oh,
Oh yeah, hey, Kalkil, if you're watching, your tower being slaughtered.
by a single dreadnought and a couple tanks.
Yep.
Ooh, but I do, however, like the look of this broadside. Pretty.
Beautiful.
Broadside battlesuit ready.
Reverend Norris put a super chat up. You want to read
Yep, sure. Reverend Norse says, for 50 SEK, hope you will do a comparison with the Calgar comic at the end of this reading. Hashtag Tancred is my spirit animal. Hashtag twins they were. Yeah, I'm up for doing a comparison between this, if you guys are.
it? In the live
Asmogan,
stream, or
Yeah, at the end of the live stream.
Please tell me you got that twins they were reference. Please tell me you got that.
wait, in the super chat?
Yeah, he said hashtag and twins they were. Please tell me you got that reference.
No, but
Oh god damn it.
is it? Well, I haven't read this comic, so if it's comic specific,
It's not comic specific, but it was a meme that was used about this comic, I suppose, about the Dreadnought waking up.
yeah, I
But
don't know that one.
It's unimportant.
Okay,
Also, yes, Tancred is spirit animal.
Mm-hmm.
doesn't want to get up in the morning, and when he does, he's a slaughtering machine.
Yep. Alright, so we have Tancred getting shot at by a broadside.
Mm-hmm.
All right, then it. Oh my god, we actually got action, and it was more than one page.
I know.
Marnie's Calgar comic, take note. It's like, ah, shit. They actually put battle in a Warhammer comic? No way.
Here's
Alright,
3
so-
panels. This is enough to cover 2 entire battles. Enjoy, says Marnius Calgar.
Oh god. All right, so I'll take the guy with the goatee.
Okay.
I'll take the apothecary.
All right.
Gotcha.
Black Templars Keep. Dominus Magna. Or Dominus
What is
Magna.
the? Oh,
Sorry.
what is his status?
He endures, Brother Buna. Physically, his body is prepared, although there will be discomfort for many weeks.
We do not have weeks. He has fulfilled the final rite of initiation. He is ready.
As you wish. On your feet, neophyte. Get dressed.
He still feels pain.
For the moment.
Ugh.
Stand.
I cannot. The pain crushes.
Pain is an illusion of the senses. Despair an illusion of the mind. Now stand tall.
Yeah. Your will be done.
Walk with me. Everything you endure here has its purpose. The pain you feel is transitory. The glory it bestows is without measure. Your meat and marrow must be scourged and scrutinized to ensure it is free from the taint of mutation. Your will must be forged and tempered for your life to come. Faith in the Emperor is all. It is the light that guides, the warmth that succors, the fire that purges. Okay, that is still him. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You must stand apart from the race of your birth. From what it is to be human, we are called upon to be something more than men. We are instruments of the Emperor, extensions of his grace and fury. Our lives are solely his to command. as will yours, if you are worthy. Falter, and the consequences are death and damnation.
Throne of Terror!
I just imagine, you know that Attack on Titan, freaking Aaron's Titan's scream. I just see this and I imagine that scream.
Yeah,
And
I
looks
see
like
it.
him as well.
Jesus. Alright. This is the price of weakness. One of your homeworld brethren, one who failed the rites of initiation. Such things take their toll on the mind as well as the body. Now he is your adversary.
I'm unarmed.
So is he. Have faith, neophyte.
Faith.
Jeez, this looks like something that would come out of a Blood Angels failed.
Oh yeah, that's another
Yeah,
thing.
right.
That's another thing that reminds me of the Marnius Calgar comic. You notice how we didn't see any bloodletters or anything demonic?
Mhm.
Which, looking back, it kind of feels like they further censored how bad it could be. Like they were avoiding doing the 40k
yeah.
goriness or horror. This comic is doing it right here. No hesitation. Like,
Yep.
This is what we should have seen
Yep.
also in the Marnius Calgar comic. Some horror,
Oh,
something of corn. The worst we saw was a couple Chaos guys shot some Mechanicus adepts in the head. That's the worst it got. And anyone who's not familiar with 40k, that might seem like, oh, that's pretty dark. For 40k, that's nothing.
Please.
Absolutely nothing. This is something. Now even this is still like lesser for 40k, but it's still a lot more than anything the Calgar comic attempted.
Wouldn't this be
Yep.
the sort of thing that would have happened also to Crixus in the Marnius Calgar comic?
I forget who Crixus is.
The guy that turned to Chaos and then started training the initiates to be Khorne worshippers.
Oh, this?
Oh.
Well, it
that-
depends. They would probably just shoot him.
Agreed.
Now, this guy, he's turned into almost a freaking animal, so there's more reason to use him in this regard. But this is a Black Templar style of initiation. The Ultramarines, especially if his mind was still intact, he was just turning Cornish, they probably would have just shot him.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, this is something Black Templars I could easily see doing.
This is actually why I like the mortifactors, because if you fail, you don't get to go home. You get thrown into the oven. That is hardcore as hell. Brutal.
All right.
Without mercy.
So, next page.
All right.
Ugh. Gah. This is not a little Is this not a little premature?
If any
If
of those...
any-
Oh, do you want that? Which...
That's the apothecary.
Oh, that's the
believe.
apothecary.
My bad,
I-
my bad.
I believe so. I can't really tell.
I'll
But it
just
makes sense,
assume
'cause-
the I know is the other Templar. So yeah, go with the if any of the surgeries.
If any of those surgeries are compromised, he will have to be euthanized.
I know. And so does he.
Huh. Next page. Yeah. And who's doing the voice of the monster here?
I don't think it's that necessary. He only lost for a few more seconds.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. In the name of the Emperor, die! Yeah!
You know, this whole comic actually has been one, other than the Templar talking to the new neophyte. This whole thing has been fighting.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta love that contrast between this. Like again, we're gonna do this a lot, but again, Marnius Calgar, talking, no action. This, there's a little bit of talking, action.
And on the occasion
It's beautiful.
and some talking while there is action, which is honestly how it should be done.
Yeah, it's a mix of it.
Yep.
Yep.
All right, so next page, back to the Dreadnought. The Kazaroth offensive.
Tancred. Tancred will not end here.
I'm sorry, I don't take Tau seriously, so...
Oh my.
I can't take him seriously. I'm sorry. I have to make fun of when they're on screen. They must happen.
Oh, you are so upsetting Calkill so much.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm gonna get a DM. I'm gonna get a DM of rage.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
Anyway,
Tancred will not fall. Tancred will not falter. Tancred will be triumphant.
oof.
Basically, what happens whenever the Tau get into a melee fight in a nutshell.
Yeah, if Tau start to quote Bricky, who did a video about it, if Tau start punching, they've lost.
Mm-hmm.
Which is the truth.
Calkill knows that a bit too much when coming against my orcs. Oh.
Victory.
Anyway.
The victory of the Succubae Gates.
Oi. I still have 2 lines to do.
Oh, you do?
Oh, you do?
Hold on.
Watch it, boyo.
Oh, ha and victory.
I thought you said victory at the very end there. My bad.
Look at that though. Just look at that broadside getting demolished by that assault cannon. Now that is beautiful.
Yeah, the attention to detail as well.
Ooh, Necron heads on spikes.
Again, look at this imagery here. This is pure 40k right here. It's dark, it's grim, and look at that imagery. Their corpses on pikes, their metal carcasses spewed about.
Well, actually, that's taking a closer look. That's their own weapons.
Exactly.
Their heads are smacked onto. Nice. I do like that. That is a nice detail.
That is beautiful. This is, again, I'm reading this and going through this comic. It just makes me hate the other one so much more.
Yep.
This comic is actually enjoyable.
Yeah, really. Do you imagine who's that speaking?
I believe
I'm gonna skip ahead a few pages. See.
that would be your guy.
Okay. Do you imagine they can still feel fear? Those cold heathen machines, those Necrons. That's still, yeah, the color background. I'm assuming that's still me.
Mm-hmm.
Do think buried deep within their godless bones, they are able to feel the shrill shriek of terror, agony, anguish? If not, before then they should after this day.
More really good imagery too.
Yeah, it's fucking beautiful. And that's what we were talking about. Like, seriously, there's that strewn about, the dark monotone colors. The only thing piercing through is the vibrancy of the Necron green energy and a little bit of fire.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
All right, so yet since none of their silent company escaped our bolters and blades, it falls to us to spread word of the glory that was the Succubae Gates. That a clutch of black-armored paladins cleaved through their metallic multitude just as the mountain wheat yields before the harvestman's scythe. That is a really good line. Holy shit.
This
I gotta praise the writing. What great zingers did Calgar bring us? I want to know. I can't think of a single line anywhere halfway to that beauty of that line.
This is poetry.
This is poetry.
The closest you can get with the Calgar stuff is that pure cringe about the fact that the two Mechanicus boys ended up getting snuck up upon by a whole horde of corn worshippers.
Chaos Space Marines.
Yes.
Yes, how stealthy are you with giant fucking metallic armor the size of a truck?
If
totally
it was
stealthy.
Alpha Legion, I could probably forgive it. But
If it was Alpha Legion, I would go with it. Even if it made no sense, I would go with it. It's Alpha Legion.
Absolutely.
Just
but
'cause.
it wasn't Alpha Legion. It was Black Legion.
Mm-hmm. And they don't do stealth.
Anyway, back to the Black Templars.
What passes for blood would run chill in their heretic veins. Such a victory is a sweet benediction. To sip at the cup of glory is a moment to be cherished. Would that we could dwell in that instant forever.
Yet, it should also be tempered by a warrior's humility. We are no more or less an instrument of the Emperor than the bolter or chainsword we wield, Brother Gerhardt.
All right, this is a third dude, so that's on.
I'll do it.
Yep.
We do not war for rewards or merits, but for greater glory.
I am aware of this.
And yet you've had to say it.
Well, I've had to say it. Is what I'm saying.
Yet I had to say it. Okay.
What are you implying, brother?
Brother Gerhardt.
Marshal Cornelius's.
A moment, if you will.
So another new character.
Should I attempt this one?
Go ahead.
I grow concerned for our brother.
As do I.
Just real quick, I would like to comment on these Astartes faces. That is the kind of face I would expect from a Space Marine.
Yeah, scarred,
You know,
beaten, battle bloodied.
torn apart.
Looks like burn wounds as well.
Yeah, the one you're voicing is got scratches and stitches across his face. The brown guy has his whole scalp burnt and stuff. And then
Like,
below
it
them
actually
you've got
implies
Abraham
they've
Lincoln.
been through shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like
then
Marnius is not scarred, like lore wise anyway, so I can forgive that. But like no, they don't show the faces of anybody of these other Space Marines. They're all wearing helmets and such. Here we're actually getting the impression of what Space Marines go through their extremely long lifespan of nothing but war and fighting for the Imperium. They are scarred entirely up there in their corpses and bodies. They have been through the ringer more so than any other beings of the Imperium, and they continue to fight all the same. This is something that
Absolutely.
that must always be impressed upon a story that includes them. And I feel like the Calgar comic had such an opportunity to not pull any punches and to show 40K for what it is. And I get it, Calgar is not scarred in his face. That's just canonical. But you didn't really bother to scar anybody else up. You didn't really show any other major injuries or harm to anybody else. You didn't impress upon us what these warriors go through. Like they failed in every regard.
Mm-hmm.
And then under this panel with all the scarred faces, you've got Abraham Lincoln.
Wait, what?
I'm sorry, but he just looks like Abraham Lincoln in this panel.
Well, kind of. Abraham Lincoln didn't have that the soul patch there that goes to the lips, so that kind of takes away from that aesthetic.
Yeah.
And it has to be just it has to be just the beard minus the soul patch or mustache. If it has that soul patch, it just doesn't quite reach the Abraham Lincoln part. It's got to be
he looks like Abe, you know, that square head, the Abe from Clone High.
What the fuck is Clone High? Well, that's going to lead us down a different path.
All right,
Don't answer
so let's see. I believe I'm up next. So,
yep, he is the monk. That's you.
Scarface.
He is amongst the finest swordsmen of all of the brethren, but I fear his ambitions are becoming more personal. He is beginning to value his own glories over those of the chapter. That he has to see this in himself does not augur well.
A great victory. Bit of a dry throat there. A great victory. Blech. My God, I can't do that voice now. What the hell?
Bloopers.
There we go. Sip of water.
Just smoke
A
like
great
3 packs of
victory
cigarettes, you'll be good.
Oh, funny. A great victory has been won this day. The crushing of the Necron Scourge will be a tale told far and wide across the sector.
Thank you, Lord Marshal.
I was unaware you had won the battle alone.
I did not. I led as ordered, but was only one of the line. We held fast, as brothers all, in valor and virtue. I meant them no dishonor or disrespect to yourself.
I know. Had I sensed the sin of pride on your lips, I would have cut you down where you stood.
I would have deserved no less.
Indeed. That. Indeed. Then I have a mission for you. One of significance.
Sigmar.
Ugh. Oh,
You open the door.
wow, thank you. I want to die. One of significant challenge and import for you personally.
As you command, my lord.
The mission I will disclose later. The challenge, however, is for you to look within, to search your soul. You must scrutinize and judge yourself, and ask whether you are in fact deserving of the high duty I am prepared to bestow.
Yeah, I just want to take time to really analyze the writing here as well. They are really showcasing, and again, if we're gonna do this side by side comparison, this is just gonna be a brutal beatdown of the Marnius Calgar writing.
As it deserves.
Seriously, the writing here is so extensive. On surface level, it's really good wording. It's really good conversations that are loyal to how Space Marines would speak to one another, especially Black Templars. But if you go even slightly deeper, you can also tell that this is actually how Black Templars view the world in slight comments they make here and there. Like, if I had sensed the sin of pride on your lips, I would have cut you down where you stood. And him saying, I wouldn't have deserved no less. This is the society and the well, I'll just go with the word society for now. This is the society and doctrine. There you go. That's what I was thinking. Of Black Templars. They are very religious. They're to a hyperactive extent. They believe intimately the faith that they have for the God Emperor and for the Imperium. They see themselves, as we saw on a previous page, they mentioned how that they saw themselves as no more significant than that of a chainsword or a bolter that they wielded. They are tools and weapons for the Imperium and for the God Emperor. Again, all of this is being very, very well portrayed, and it's not in your face. They're not slapping you in the face with the society and the nature of these Space Marines. They're showcasing it. They're giving you examples. They're showing it, but they're not saying this is what Black Templars are like. They're not putting a paragraph in the middle of the page describing in length, okay, Black Templars are religious zealots of the Imperium. No, they're letting you take that information in just by paying attention to the writing and paying attention to the dialogue here. That is something we do not see in the Calgar comic at all.
Yeah.
They don't sell to us what the Ultramarines are like. We don't even learn what those who are from the same sector of space are like. The most we learn is that these rich kids are a bunch of, privileged assholes. That's the most we ever pick up. Everything else is more like in your face, like this is what's happening, this is what's going on. There's no subtlety, there's no careful writing, there's no passion behind any kind of the dialogue. There's no implication on what this universe is like and what these societies are like. It's just let's rattle off and get past it all.
I think the most egregious example is the writing for the Adeptus Mechanicus in the comic. Because it constantly does that all the time. It's always in your face and just name drops different elements of the Adeptus Mechanicus.
Yep.
For the sake of it.
It's a disgrace.
Also, and a nice detail I really appreciate is the fact that most of them, except for one, is wearing these cloths with their chapter badge over their torsos. And from what I remember from the lore, they do that because something about Aquila, something.
I can explain that. The Black Templars see themselves as the Emperor's symbol. They don't wear the Imperial Aquila because they don't wear the Emperor's symbol. They are his symbol. So they cover up the Imperial Aquila that's embroidered on their chest, and they cover it with the Black Templar cross because, again, they see themselves as embodiments of the Emperor's will, more so than any other chapter. So, in wearing his symbol is the implication that they are somehow separate from being his symbol. So they do not wear the Aquila. Well, they wear it in a decorative sense, like the Ecclesiarch here, but Marshal. But other than that, they don't wear it. They don't all universally wear it on their chest, though.
So I got some.
And what's his?
Had a pretty good comment here from Carneth Corn. Here says, "We live in a society. Horus Lupercal to the big E."
Lupercal.
Sorry.
I think I understand what he's trying to say.
I'm pretty sure they pronounced it as Lupercal in Gothic Armada too.
No, it's Lupercal.
Okay.
Horus Lupercal.
Lupercal.
I'm pretty sure they mispronounce it then in Gothic Armada.
They do. It's
God.
Horus Lupercal. It's not pronounced Lupercal. Like nobody says that, as far as I'm aware.
Yeah. Okay. I deserve that. Fair enough.
See, my pronunciation Nazism is coming in handy for once.
Very good.
By the way, I put the hashtag twins they were reference in my Discord. Okay, I'll say that after we're done here.
Awesome. Yep, we'll have a look at that.
All right, so we made it through this whole page.
Next page.
But yeah, this Marshall's cybernetic eye, I also find that pretty interesting because we never see this type of cybernetic augmentation eye thingy, at least in official work. You know, it's usually just a big ass lens.
Pretty much, it's usually a lens.
This is like almost a lens, but caged or something. And I find that just badass.
There's also a side, what looks like to be a side sensor, near the tip of the eyebrow there. So I'm assuming my assumption is that those are two different inputs for the visual out of that eye. I'm assuming one compensates or at least adds to the other. Like, well, maybe one adds magnification, or maybe it has more of an analysis functionality, while the main lens is for primary just being able to see.
Yeah, true enough.
But yeah, Psycho Pump.
As what's gonna.
So apparently, Psycho Pump says Marvel's take on 40K isn't even at the level of bad fan fiction.
I agree.
Yeah, at least fan fiction would respect the lore to an extent. And apparently, some of the advertisements that are on this website here are turning some of the Khorne followers into, well, they're subverting him to the ways of Slaanesh, so we might want to...
Oh my god. I'm going to run to the bathroom real quick.
Well, I guess toilet break for now?
Yeah, alright, I'll be right back.
I also got to run.
Alright, well, I guess I can read some more of the comments here or something. Aurora Sunlight says, yeah, kids are doing Marvel 40k more honor than the lazy Marvel. Yep. Exactly. Carneth Gorn says, lol, my immortal respects nothing about Harry Potter. So, how's everyone enjoying the stream so far? Been at it for about an hour from what I can see here, which is nice. Anyways, it's been a good day, at least I think, so far. Has anyone seen the new trailer for the new Warhammer 40... Eric just says, how do you pronounce Gilliman's name? And can you please tell GW they can't seem to agree? Mook says, talk more.
It is pronounced girly man.
Yep.
Changed my mind.
Jobro says, I am a comment, please keep on going. Carneth Corn says, you guys need to do a reading of My Immortal. Heck, I would voice act the main character. Okay. Mook says, turn page. Well, we're waiting for Asmogan. He's indisposed for a few moments. Aurora Sunlight says, you can keep that one where we don't see it, Chaoses. Jobber says, and is a nice stream. Thank you very much. Carneth Corn
Asmogan is back.
Welcome back, Asmogan. So yeah, I was telling the chat here, did you guys see the trailer, by the way, for the new Warhammer, Total Warhammer DLC?
Wait, there's more DLC?
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest, I'm not really into the fantasy stuff.
I am not either, but
not...
I'm not... Oh, hello. This is really good timing. My Logitech Brio arrived today.
Nice.
Well, I'll have to set that up later. Anyway.
So let's go ahead and get to the next page.
Alrighto.
Battle Barge Leveler. Sepulture level.
Steady there. Damn your scabrous weevil hides. That is a precious son of the Empire you have charge of. Not some bag of bolts.
I hate it when someone says Empire and not Imperium.
Yeah, it's a little vexing, but at the same time, it's not entirely wrong.
Yeah, true enough.
Though it doesn't make sense for them to refer to it as an empire, still. That's a technicality.
True enough.
Alright, so...
Right. Is that someone else, or is that the same person?
I think it's the same person.
Okay.
It's the same dude. There's
noble...
only one tech marine in the shot.
Well, I didn't know if it was supposed to be another one. Noble Tancred, you have been in the wars.
Of course I have. Where else should Tancred be?
The machine spirit is still roused and restless. There's plenty of fight left in him. Open his casing. Open his casing. Connect the integral power plant to the ship's primaries. Decant the adrenaline boost and replace it with a they keep throwing like somnambulin wash. I can't fucking say that. With the somnambulin wash. Somnambulin. With the somnambulin wash. All right, go with that.
Funny word.
It's
Sounds
a
like
weird
they're
word.
gonna put him back to sleep.
Potentially.
Yeah, well, we'll slowly put him back to sleep. They're repairing him, healing him, techie stuff.
Asa.
He just got shot to bits by a broadside.
Just casually got shot, no big deal.
With
Yeah, it's just
respect,
nothing.
the entire hip gear and gamble assembly needs to be refitted. It It would expedite matters if the venerable warrior remained awake a while longer.
We do not
Expedite.
it's there is it's I don't think
Expedite.
we
It
do
would
not
expedite.
Expedite.
Not expedient.
we do not concern the heroes of the ages with trifles and technicalities, no matter the inconvenience to ourselves. We are supplicants to legends. To serve is its own reward.
It shall be done, master.
Tancred aches.
The curse of old age, my friend. None of us are as young as we once were, but with our mindful ministrations you shall live on in righteousness forever.
Tancred is weary. Go away now. Tancred wishes to sleep.
And so you shall, mighty brother.
All is ready, master.
Then let us begin. Intone the Latinese. Give voice to the chorals of sacred slumber.
Litanies, not Latinese.
I swear to God, if you're gonna catch me on every single mistake, I'm leaving. Intone of litanies. Intone the litanies, give voice to the chorals of sacred slumber, that we might soothe this stalwart to his rest once more. Dream a dreamless peace, old friend. Your duty is done for now. Until the next time.
Battle Barge Admonister.
Who is speaking? Ah, old dude. That's Asmogan.
Okay. Neophyte Rayclaw, it is time. You have completed the rites of initiation, your body is prepared, and your training is complete. Now you must choose. Will you forsake your life in the protection of others? Will you crush the enemies of man, unwavering in the line of duty? Will you sacrifice your life and choose the path of the Adeptus Astartes? Kill the mutant, burn the heretic, and purge the unclean in the name of the Emperor.
My life is in the Emperor's hands. I trust in his grace. A stout heart, a strong arm, and a keen blade. I know what I must undertake, and I willingly give my life so that it is his to command.
Then it is done, brother. Oh, is that also still him?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, still him.
Alright. Now, sacred surgery and scripture, training and rote have their parts to play. But there are some lessons that can only be lived, not taught. Now is such a time. This day, Neophyte Rayclaw, you are going to war.
Wow.
That's a good shot, too. That's a very good shot.
Orcs.
Yep.
Actually, this would be a good
Another
time
mental
to...
cover.
This would be a good time to mention the package I just got.
Nice.
Is it orcs?
It is. You want to take a guess on which orc?
Gazgul.
Gazkul Uruk Thraka!
Nice.
I know he's beautiful.
The biggest boss.
Yep, got him. And he comes with a Makari, so... Which I probably won't use, because I played Death Skulls, so... I'll just end up using Gazkul. My HQ has arrived. It's funny is I also have Ragnar Blackmane and Space Wolves, so I'm hoping to have the Prophecy of the Wolf 2 armies.
Cool.
Anyway.
Which pose are you gonna put Gazgul in?
I was going to put the pose that's on display most of the time.
The one that's shooting, or the one that's just shot and the barrels are steaming?
The one that's shooting.
Oh, okay. I
Alright.
suppose that is the most fitting for Gazgul and the most
Yep.
badass looking.
So we've been at it.
Although personally, I don't really like the aesthetic of his gun. It feels a bit too.
The 4-barrel.
Well, I like the the idea of 4 barrels, but the 4 barrels themselves look way too wide and thick, especially compared to how small the gun barrel holes are. That doesn't feel right to me.
I don't
But-
mind
but
it. I think it's I don't think it's
that's
too big a
personal
deal.
taste. Personal taste.
I don't think it takes away from the overall model though. Like
No,
I agree that the size is a little big, but comparatively it's kind of a minor thing. I would say.
No complaints on the claw, however. That thing is amazing.
Yeah, the claw is awesome.
So I was wondering, we've been at it for 70 minutes. We've gotten through 2 of the issues, which is pretty much it took us pretty much twice the amount of time to get through Marnius Calgar, even though they're shorter, because I guess mostly because we had to complain a lot about Marnius Calgar.
Mm-hmm.
But you guys up for
True
more?
that.
Well, I think if we're gonna do the comparison, that might take a little while. So do you want to jump to that, or do you want to go to issue 3?
Well, it's up to you guys. What do you think?
Well, I have no idea how long the comparison is going to take, and we can't compare anything past issue 2 because it's only 2 issues of Marnius.
Yeah, I think you got a point on that one. So go ahead and start the comparison. All right. So what do you guys think? For starters.
All right. So issue if we're going issue to issue comparison, issue 1 of this comic I think is fucking beautiful. It's really well done. It's the color palette is perfect for 40K. It's dark, it's grim, while still having a vibrancy to specific colors like red for the blood or green for the Necron energy. It helps amplify and pierce through the grimness with those colors. Also, the storytelling. The storytelling is fluent. It's clear. Everything's clearly connected. We're jumping around timelines like we did with Marnius, but instead of feeling like a cartoon show, play-by-play, where we're getting the now, then, the now, then. We're jumping between significant moments in his career as a battle brother, but it's not in some linear fashion where we're going to now to back then, to now to back then. It's actually at 3 different stages of his of his life, so to speak, of being a member of the Black Templars, and through his many battles and experiences. We're living through the litany of his well, litany is the wrong word. We're living through his experiences with him, and it feels very much like a recollection of the Dreadnought and his life experience. We're his name's Tandred, right? I'm not
Tancred.
Tancred, sorry. We're actually getting to see everything in a non-linear fashion, but everything still feels interconnected, still feels cohesive. Like, it doesn't feel like it's random. It feels like each flashback and each experience in the now we're experiencing to really get to know the character in bursts, while still understanding who the Dreadnought is of him, who the warrior before becoming an Astartes was, and who the warrior of an Astartes of himself is. And really just, again, I think the way the story is told in this non-linear fashion really helps it. So the art is top tier. I think the storytelling is top tier. And this is my favorite chapter, so I have to say that bias. I love the way that they also kind of sell to the audience, like what kind of society the Black Templars are, what they believe, in what ways they practice their beliefs. And they do it all without shoving it in your face. They do it all very subtly. They do through dialogue as much as the combat sequences. Everything is just so much superiorly told here that I'm very disgusted that Marvel couldn't even hold a candle to this. And they're supposed to be one of the biggest comic companies on the planet.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you hit it a lot on the nose, in my opinion. Yeah. The writing is just hands down. I think the writing is easily the biggest advantage that this has, but that's mainly because the writing in Marnius is so god-awful by comparison. Don't get me wrong, everything else that this comic seems to do is pretty much better. Sorry, Xerius, you're having trouble coming in.
What?
What?
You were saying something, Xerius?
No. I was just saying yeah.
Oh, okay. My bad. Alrighty. Anyways, but you mentioned the whole multiple timelines, non-linear storytelling. It actually reminds me of a film now that you mention it. Has anyone seen the movie Dunkirk?
I have not seen Dunkirk.
Good
Nope.
war film, worth having a watch, definitely.
Is it similar to Hacksaw Ridge, like in terms of storytelling, or I'm trying to see if there's like something similar I've watched that maybe can match up.
All right, so I'll have to break. I'm not that familiar with Hacksaw Ridge, so I'll have to tell you how the story goes. Basically, it's told through 3 different perspectives. The Battle of Dunkirk. So you've got the men on the ground trying to evacuate Dunkirk. Then you have the boats trying to evacuate the men, and then you have the Royal Air Force trying to cover them. And it's non-linear, but it all kind of connects because what they've done is they've taken it so all 3 stories take place over a different span of time. So the men waiting on the shores of Dunkirk, their story takes about 1 week worth of time. The boats, it's 1 day, and the aircraft, it's 1 hour. But they cut back and forth to these until they all sort of connect to one another towards the end.
Okay. So their timelines merge at the end.
Yes, they do.
Okay.
But it does give you 3 different perspectives of the battle at the same time that do work quite nicely, I think. Like I said, it's definitely a movie worth having a look at.
I probably will actually check it out based on just that description, because I like non-linear storytelling quite a bit. So I'd be interested to see how it all flows. Plus, I'm a fan of war movies.
Yeah. And the sound effects in the film are glorious as well, by the way, if you're curious on that. The rifle sounds actually sound like rifles.
That's rare.
Yeah. So you can imagine when it starts sounding like when you have the Stukas coming down. But anyways, that's what you reminded me of with the whole... going off a tangent, that's what you reminded me of with the whole non-linear storytelling, covering different perspectives of the Black Templar and all that. And I do think it is a pretty good idea and a pretty good way to do it. Also, of course, the way that they're able to mix action with storytelling in this absolutely blows Marnius out of the water as well. That's one of the big problems with Marnius as the comic is they don't mix it. So they really just do their best to get past and through the action scenes as quickly as possible, or even just skipping out on them altogether, like with the whole Amble thing that we mentioned.
I hate that so much. It's like they're ashamed to have combat in a Warhammer 40k.
And it's even all the more embarrassing when given that it's supposed to have been the cliffhanger ending in the backstory of issue 1 in the first place. So they skipped over the cliffhanger.
Oh god. I if anything, today is only like further cemented for me how horrible they fucked up Marnius.
I know.
Oh, definitely.
I hate the Ultramarines, but you know what? I don't hate them that much. Like Marvel did them dirty.
Yeah.
So hard. Oh, by the way, I just did a quick glance over into memes chat and saw hashtag twins they were from Jabro. And get this, so that sequence where it showed like that top down like heavenly light over Tancred as a dreadnought.
Mm-hmm.
And it says like hello. Okay, so apparently this is a meme that somebody made. Tancred says, "You have awoken Tancred from a particularly good dream involving 2 sisters of battle." And then the Tancred's like, "It's time for war," and he says, "Twins they were." That's good. Oh, I love that. Oh, that's actually that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Glorious.
They were twins. How dare you?
Twins they were.
Oh, that's good. Oh fuck.
Oh yeah,
That's good.
All right,
so Xerius, I guess you're up. What did you think of issue 1 to issue 1?
Issue 1 to issue 1. Well, first off, I mean the color palette, yeah. The color palette is a lot more, 40k, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know,
It's darker, it's grimmer, the
it's-
colors are
it's-
monotone.
Yeah, it's especially good for Black Templars, which are some of the most brutal Space Marines in 40k. Which, and of course, Black Templars. You know that they're not exactly fighting in Smurf blue skies on green grass. You know.
They're fighting on the outer reaches of the Imperium. They're fighting in places where the Imperium is losing its reach, and they're not limited in terms of numbers as much as other chapters. And they go through probably the most brutal combat routine, period. So I would expect something from their perspective to be at minimum dark, monotone, and bloody. And that's something I think this comic translates very well. The Ultramarines, it made just through, if you would take out all the odd dialogue, you don't get the impression that those Ultramarines were challenged by their foes all that much, that they weren't put to task, that they weren't in the bloody trenches fighting the worst of the worst. You almost felt like they had the advantage, that they were superior to their enemies. If again, all through visuals. Because Marnius's armor, it's not scraped, it's not brutalized. He himself has no scars, no wounds. He's not even wearing his helmet without any kind of regard for his own natural safety. And during the battle sequences, because again they just skip right over them. It feels like we didn't have any losses. There was no sacrifice. There was no losses. And again, with the color palette, everything being bright and colorful and saturated, it's like this is no big deal at all, is it? Like this fighting is not a big deal. The deaths are not a big deal if there are any. Like nothing is translated at all to being significant. Like I feel no major significance in any of the fighting or of the conflicts of the writing or of just the actual general conflict. There's no weight to it because we're not shown anything that would give weight to it. All we're shown is before the fight, they're about to enter battle. Oh. And then the end of the battle where Marnius and his Space Marines seem totally fine. And we only see Chaos Worshippers and Chaos Space Marines dead. We don't see a single dead Ultramarine. We don't see Marnius covered in blood and holding one of his dying brothers. We don't see anything like that. It's left completely on the side. And it's treated as unimportant. When that's a huge nature of 40k is the conflict, is the war, of the death. It's like World War II multiplied by 1,000,000. It's supposed to be grim, dark, hopeless, and nothing in the visuals of the Kyle comic sells that whatsoever. And this comic, that's sold in just single frames.
Yeah.
In single pages of artwork. They're able to sell the darkness, the horror, the loss, the dangers these warriors face. And I'm just disgusted that in a single page, this comic is able to portray that. And in the Marnius comic, they can't even do it in an entire comic, let alone two.
I think part of the problem
is...
I think part of the problem is Marvel just seems to be too used to making superhero characters, and they tried to turn it into a superhero comic to an extent.
Yep.
Which... a lot of Marvel stuff, when it comes to their superheroes, does tend to be rather bright and colorful like that, but it's just not working. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I think DC would have done the artwork better. I still don't think DC would have necessarily been great. DC has a habit of being a little bit more inconsistent than Marvel, but to be honest, I'd rather have the chance of them actually put out something good than Marvel putting out something consistently bad with this.
I mean, actually, DC has made a Warhammer comic, and
What'd they do?
So, you know how Inquisitors can occasionally have their own suits of power armor?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Well, you see, there's a female Inquisitor that gets into a suit of Grey Knight Terminator armor like it's nothing.
What?
Grey Knight Terminator armor.
Yes.
And she's a normal-sized human being.
Yes.
Shoot me. Just shoot me. No.
Maybe we found next week's comic we're going to be reading.
Oh, for God's sake.
Fuck me.
If you guys are up for it, what do you think?
I don't know how much booze can I consume prior.
I'll have to get a fresh tub of xylitol so I can down my coffee easier.
Gonna mix my rum, my Midori, and a little bit of water.
Maybe add some Mountain Dew for an extra kick.
Well, that'll get me drunk faster. Carbonation amplifies the alcohol.
Exactly.
Fun fact: if your goal is to get really fucked up while drinking, down some Mountain Dew, Coca-Cola, something, mix it with any alcohol, and you will get wasted fast.
All right, I got a super chat here from Strawman for $2 Australian. Marvel gave us the Dawn of War 3 treatment. You know, that actually brings up a good question. Which is a bigger disgrace to 40K? Dawn of War 3 or Marnius Calgar comic?
The Dawn of War
is
3
such a
game, in my opinion,
dumb
is only a
question.
disgrace. In my opinion, is only a disgrace to its own franchise of games. It's not a disgrace to the entire franchise of 40K.
Yeah, it's a disgrace to Dawn of War, whereas Marnius Calgar is a disgrace to 40K in its entirety.
Mm-hmm. Far more disgusting.
Yeah.
Like I would. I think is I've played Dawn of War 3. I played a little while back. It wasn't as bad as I was expecting. I certainly from the get-go started feeling and seeing what was wrong with it, but it's nowhere. I'd say that if it wasn't called Dawn of War, I would still call it a halfway decent 40K game. It just shouldn't be called Dawn of War 3, in my opinion. It just shouldn't be called that. Something else, please.
Something else?
Yeah.
Oh. I think the big problem with Dawn of War 3 was they didn't really know where to exactly go with the franchise. Because
They really didn't. They really didn't.
the first and second games took two very different paths for how to do a strategy game, and yeah.
No, wait. Dawn of War 3 has Gabriel Angelos doing backflips in cataphractii armor.
What?
What?
What? Did you not notice that?
No, I didn't see any backflips.
Yeah,
The only thing I noticed was one of the one of the hero units when I was playing a custom match. One of his special attacks was to leap into combat and do this like ground slam thing. I thought that was stupid,
that's
but he didn't backflip though. He
Gabriel
jumped in.
Angelos does.
So apparently,
Yeah, he didn't backflip though.
Yeah,
It was
Strawman-
a jump, and it was kind of ridiculous in power armor, but at the same time, Space Marines are described to do something similar.
Okay,
but
so Strawman
The
says
way it was done was a little overboard.
Strawman says for $2 for $2 Australian, and by the way, thank you. A jump flipping in Terminator armor. So apparently, Carneth Corn says it was a front flip. So apparently, it is in the game, and yeah, that's pretty silly.
That is very silly. I don't remember it being a flip.
And
though.
it's cataphractii armor, so that's the heaviest suit of wearable.
I don't know, maybe I wasn't
Power
paying maybe I wasn't paying close enough attention. I know he leaped into battle. I used that ability several times, but I didn't notice a flip. The leap alone was kind of silly, but a flip, I'll have to check it out again. If he was doing a flip, no.
I still don't
You're not getting fancy jumping in cataphractii. Yeah, can't fucking talk. Cataphractii armor. You're not gonna do anything fancy in that.
That's
ever.
true. Then again, though, I do think there is a difference between stupid Hollywood action and stuff like that and killing off the main character in your own comic.
And rewriting his history.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
So my correction real quick. It wasn't DC that made this comic. It was actually a company called Titan Comics that did that retarded comic I mentioned earlier. So DC still hasn't stepped in the ring of Warhammer comics just yet. Just thought I'd mention that.
Okay, so DC hasn't disgraced it yet.
Yeah.
I still don't know if I trust them either way, but at least they've done dark comics before.
I'd say with EC it's really more of a coin toss. They can either do something great or they can do something terrible.
Right now they're doing a lot of terrible shit. So
they are. Okay,
I wouldn't trust them.
So it's more like a 6-sided die, where 2 of the sides are good and 4 are bad.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
But by comparison, Marvel is consistently putting out bad stuff these days, from what I understand. It's just that it's not as... It's just that DC, when it puts out bad stuff, puts out worse stuff. But they also put out the occasional good thing, whereas Marvel's been consistent in their mediocrity, and I think that's the big problem there.
Yeah.
I agree. Carth Coin said Dark Horse could manage it.
Fair enough.
Yeah. I'd say they possibly could. I trust them. Well, I would... Trust is strong. I would give that a chance.
So all right. So we've been talking about issue 1. What about our comparisons for issue 2?
I have a lot of the same points. The writing is far superior, and it didn't pull any random ass twists. It stayed consistent with the story it was telling. It continued to flow the story. It didn't put a stop sign and smack you in the face with it, and then say, "Oh, hey, by the way, here's a twist." No, they didn't set up any twist.
One thing I love about this comic as well, especially compared to Marnius Calgar, this comic does not hold back at all.
No, it doesn't.
Which is lovely. That's good.
Yeah. And look at just look at this last frame with the orcs. If you look at the boss right there, or I'm assuming that's either a boss or that's a knob. I'll go with knob.
Let me see if I can find it real
I'm gonna say knob because he doesn't look that much more imposing than those around him, so I'd say knob with the effigy on his back.
I am an expert on this. I shall try to find the image, and I can tell you.
Oh, by the way, not to compete, but how many orcs are in your army? I know how many are in mine. I did a count recently. My count might be off. I did it really quickly, but...
Let's see. In 11 boys...
Only 11?
It's... No, yeah, I haven't had
okay.
chance to get any more.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you had a much bigger army. I'm sorry. I guess I was under a false impression. I'm sorry.
I mean, I was talking about getting more, here and there, but then it turns out the store I was looking at was actually a fake site. So I couldn't actually get more orcs from there. Okay, so this looks like a boss knob, I would say.
I would say a boss knob, yeah, because he's either a knob or a boss knob. I'd say boss knob because of the banner on his back. It's more of an effigy. The effigy on his back, I'd say boss knob. If he's not a boss knob, he's a knob. One of the two. But that being said, my orc army...
I swear to God, if there are any knob jokes in the live chat, I am going to shoot someone.
Well, now that you've said that, there's going to be them.
Thank you for that.
Oh, God.
I might have to start reading them off if they show up, too.
It's like, oh, look, he's a big knob. Oh, he's a very robust knob. Oh, God. I can see him coming. All right, throw him out, boys.
Stop.
That being said, my army, I have...
You have
I have 100 orc boys now. 100 orc boys. I have 20 knobs. Jokes ensue. I have 4 pain boys, 4 death dreads, 11 killicans, an orc stompa.
4 death dreads. Death dreads. Yummy, yummy.
I have a truck, a Rucka Truck Squig Buggy, a scrap jet. Now I have my HQ is Gazkul Thraka.
Hey guys, you wanted the jokes. Here they come. Strawman for $5 Australian says, "Is not the size of the army, it's the girth of the knob." That's a good one.
All right. We've got a leaderboard. Strawman's on the top. Give me I need a whiteboard. Top of the knob jokes. But yeah,
So,
back on point,
from
I guess.
from the little bit that I've played on tabletop, the Squig Buggy and the Scrapjet is useless.
No, I got
Even
them
in
mostly to
melee,
pad
it's
out though.
somewhat.
The Squig Buggy
Yeah.
is really good for point values. It's for at least with eighth edition on Wahapedia. With the updated FAQs, it had like I think it was at 158 points, something like that. So point value is pretty high up there. It's better than the truck, I think, for point values, which is kind of weird.
Karneth
You know,
Corn
you would
ended
think
up.
the trucks have better points.
Sorry, Karneth Corn. I
Weird.
don't know what's going on, but YouTube is starting to censor comments apparently because Karneth Corn had one of his comments censored a point.
Hey, Carter Corn, DM me what you tried to say. I could probably take a guess on what the algorithm's snipping at you guys.
He was talking
enough,
about
in the
he was talking about the knob being, and I quote, huge and hairy.
no.
So I think I know what was going there.
knob
He says,
keeps
okay,
me
here
imperium."
we go. You must be a grot to think I would joke about the name of a noble orc who is huge and hairy. Yep. Okay.
Okay.
Brother Doctor says a knob a day keeps the Imperium
Calcio.
away.
Brother Dr. Calcul of the 501st. Yeah, just say Calcul.
Calcul,
That's
my
what
Buddha.
the rest of us call
Fair
him.
enough. Anyway, so Xerius, I believe we were going to see your thoughts on issue 2 in comparison.
Yep.
Well, I mean, just like Asmogan said, it's pretty much of the same, like already said. I mean, the highlight for me at least is the Dreadnought because I freaking love Dreadnoughts.
Mm-hmm.
Who doesn't?
And I mean, the Dreadnought himself in this comic alone is more interesting than Calgar's quote unquote backstory.
And the there's a lot more combat and brutality and fighting in these comics, especially in issue 2. I guess that would be the big thing. Issue 2 does significantly better than issue 2 of Calgar. There's a lot of fighting. There's a lot of combat. There's a lot of destruction. There's several pages of it. Oh my god. And even when they cut away, it doesn't feel wrong. It feels like something. It almost feels like a flashback for Drumbar. Fuck. Tongue tied.
Well, if you enjoyed the fighting and combat and destruction in issue 2, you're going to love issue 3. I promise you.
All right.
So I've got some comments here. So Aurora Sunlight says for 17 DKK, did you get knob off us soon?
What?
Aurora Sunlight says, did you get knob off us soon? It's another knob joke.
I don't get it.
I don't get that one.
Maybe it's G-Spell or something.
Did you
anyways,
get knob off us soon?
I think the language barrier is messing it up a bit.
Maybe. Yeah, that might be it. So Karneth Corn says, did you guys ever see a knob fight? It is a very sticky situation.
Oh god.
God damn it.
We knew where this was going.
Oh my god.
Joe Burrow says, by the way, I found the comic with the female Inquisitor. It's called Warhammer 40k Fallen. So, I guess that's...
No, I think it's called Will of... No, it's Will of Iron.
Will of Iron?
Oh, hold on. I had it open. It's gone now.
Warhammer 40k, Warhammer Iron.
Aurora Sunlight...
I found that one. Hold on. The artwork is a little off for me. But hold on, let me zip through it.
Yeah, Will of Iron. That's the.
This one seems to be focused on Dark Angels. Oh, there's the Inquisitor.
Yep, Dark Angels.
Female Inquisitor's drawn well.
Wait, Will
Yeah,
of
I'm
Iron.
just zipping through it real
Isn't
quick.
that the one where they're all competing to try to get to this one planet? Because the Inquisition
I have
is...
no idea.
I think it
There's
is.
12 issues of it. Let's see.
The only thing I remember liking about this comics is it has Imperial Knights in it, and they are drawn very beautifully.
I don't see what comic studio made it. They don't seem to advertise it on the pages.
Well, here's the thing. If this is the one I'm thinking about, I had one of the members of the Warhammer community try telling me how good and glorious a comic this one is, and how we should not be so hard on Marnius Kelgar because it's similar to this, and this was good.
The people that made this one is Titan Comics. I mentioned that earlier.
I really don't see how that's an argument, though. Like, oh, this is similar to another thing, so it's good.
Yeah, that was their argument. I've had a number of people, of hyper woke people, whining constantly about my reviews of the whole Marnius Calgar thing. Because apparently we're not allowed to criticize something that is genuinely bad if it's something that they politically agree with, which seems to be what's going on here.
That tends to be how it goes.
Okay, so I just found the scene of her getting into the Terminator armor. She's not even going in there with any form of suiting. She literally just goes in there naked.
Oh god.
What?
There's not even any implants, any connection.
Because that's all the armor is, right? It's just a suit, right? I mean, anyone can wear it.
Yeah, totally, man.
Is the suit completely metal on the inside, too?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So that would also suggest that the Space Marines have to wear some form of padding under there, that she's not. Because otherwise they'd have to deal with spalling.
Oof. Yeah.
So the moment she gets hit by anything, the inside of the suit's going to spall. You're going to have chips of it fly off and buzz around in the suit, cutting her to ribbons.
Yep.
I love it.
Brilliant.
Will they stop sinking so low?
She's not even that muscular either.
What issue of that is that, by the way?
I have no idea.
If you guys got a link, go ahead and send it to me and I'll have a look.
I have a link to the series.
To Will of Iron. Show me, if I get issue 1, I can find out for a fact if it's the one that the guy was talking about.
I just shared. I'm zipping through it, see if I can find the Terminator armor thing. I'm guessing it's not issue 1.
I don't think this is the right one.
If anyone knows what issue it is, please let me know, because I'm just zipping through right now looking for it.
Wait, no, this is the right one, I think. This is the one, I think. Let me just double check and... Yeah, this is the one. This is the one where the Wokehammer activist who was complaining about my review of the first issue decided to use this as an example of it being good. This is it.
I'm still trying to find the Terminator scene.
Well, and a quick way to do that is just Google search Warhammer 40k Will of Iron, go to images, and just scroll down a little bit, and you'll find it pretty quickly.
I see her in the suit.
All right, which issue are we talking?
I don't know. I just looked into Google.
I'm going through it now.
Yeah, but I see the image, and yeah, that's not how that works.
Okay, so it's not issue 1.
Nope. Looks like it would be...
Check issue 2.
So she's just getting in a Terminator suit of armor. Just
Fully naked as well.
Well, she's not naked. She's wearing an Under Armour thing, but...
No.
Yeah, dude, she's wearing an Under Armour right there.
Okay, well, I can't see it now. I'm trying to find it and frickin'...
I'm trying to find it too, so... And I'm
Hold
getting
on.
a lot of...
I'll send the image. I'll send the image to you guys. I don't know what issue it is.
Oh. And I just found the image of the Imperial Knights. Damn, that is actually beautiful. Anyway, moving on to Hell.
Boom. There we go. Sending it right now. That's the image. And like I said, she's not naked.
Yeah, but that's not enough padding to actually stop the spalling.
That being said, what she's wearing isn't going to change anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Looks like this might be an issue 3.
I just checked issue 3, but let me check again.
Should we make a poll? You know, which one should we read? Continue Damnation Crusade or attempt to read this crap?
I say one stream, one comic at a time.
Yeah, we can do next week. We can do the whole this.
Mm-hmm.
In fact,
So
we've been
Will
at
of
it
Iron
for
next week.
Yeah, so in fact, we've been at it for 100 minutes. Yeah, I found it. It's issue 4, page 24.
I thought it was issue 4 for a second.
Issue 424?
Oh, Imperial Knights in battle. Oh my goodness, that is beautiful.
I pulled up issue 4, page 24. That's not it.
Issue 5, sorry.
Oh, well, that obviously would change that tremendously.
Yeah, that's my fault.
There we go. Yeah,
Website is not reacting.
Not how that works. Yeah.
Nope, that's reacting now.
You also
wow,
notice that they went out of their way
issues.
to beautify it too, like putting someone in armor like this. It's like, oh yeah, it's just a suit. That's all. There's nothing to stick into people's flesh.
I'm curious to see
Not at all.
her trying to fight in this darn. Oh, okay. So they have her fighting.
Oh, she fights. Yeah, she fights as if it was as if she is an Astartes in Terminator armor.
What an absolute garbage.
Well, I think we are found out what we are going to be reading next week. All right.
Oh yeah, I'd love to hear the explanation for any of this shit.
And what I love more is this was one of the things that the Warhammer community was trying to compare Marneus to try to defend Marneus.
This comic is so good because this one is also garbage. So therefore they're both good, right? Right? No, it's not how that works, you idiots.
Dumbasses.
Seriously.
Trying to get to that scene still.
So apparently I've got a comment from 9B1 Commander, a Star Wars fan. It says, I have no idea why I'm subscribed to you, good man, but considering I am, that means you must have done something to earn it. Therefore, I shall stay subscribed. Have a wonderful day and night, everyone. Have a good one, B1.
Have a good one? Oh, that was random.
Oh, wait. Okay, now I see the suit. Now I see it.
So it says, Aurora Sunlight says, there was too few cables, but less looking garbage, just not lore good. I will say this.
The art's good. It's
yes.
just, it looks like it doesn't have any kind of semblance of lore.
Yeah, that's...
Like any kind.
Yeah. So she's able to pick up a dude with her spear while in the Terminator armor, apparently. After impaling him.
Because it's just a suit, people. It has nothing to do with the fact that an Astartes wears it. No. It's just a fucking suit.
If it was just a suit, she wouldn't be able to pull that off because she doesn't have the upper body strength.
Yeah.
Anyways, well, we've been at it for 109 minutes.
I'm not finding that fight scene. Oh, up there it is. Yep, there it is. Okay, now I found it.
Yeah, so I think we...
Oh, that is disgusting.
Alright, I guess we're calling it.
Yeah, I think this is a good time to call it. Anyways, I hope everyone
I suppose.
I hope everyone has enjoyed the live stream, and I also hope you are looking forward to what we're going to be having a look at next week.
Oh, whoop-de-doo.
So, yeah.
Oh, I'm not looking forward to it at all. I want to continue Damnation Crusade because it is actually nice.
It's actually well done.
We can do that the week after. How's that?
Sounds good.
Sound like a dad making concession with his kids. So if you go to this event, we'll go to this one. Is that okay? Yes, Dad.
I was thinking the same thing.
My bad. Well, I'll go.
Right.
So I think it's a good time to call it. I'll go ahead and, of course, leave links to both of your YouTube channels, just in case anyone here wants to have a look. And this has been Ace.
Not that I'm very...
Asmogan.
Wait, what was that?
This has been Ace.
We were doing our send-off.
Yeah.
Asmogan.
Oh. This has been Xerius from the Tacticus Pod.
And we
Bye-bye.
Yep, and we will see you all again next week. Have a good one.
Bye-bye.
Hopefully we stay